Is the next am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for accusing somebody of stolen valor?
I'm a 34-year-old man, and I served as a captain in the Marine Corps. I've left the service, and right now I'm doing an MBA. One of my classmates, a 31-year-old woman who we'll call Jay, is very gentle, very soft-spoken, and unassuming. Jay and I were working together on a case study once, and I started opening up to her about my military service and all the lessons that I learned from the Corps. Jay enthusiastically told me, "That's so cool. I was a surface warfare officer in the Navy." I immediately felt suspicious about this claim. As I said, Jay is very demure, and she doesn't really have the bravado that's required in the military environment. At least, I feel like a certain amount of bravado is required. I still humored her and began asking about the details of her military experience, where she deployed, what courses she went through, what ship she served on, etc. Suddenly, Jay got all tight-lipped and she couldn't say anything specific about military life. She kept making excuses along the lines of, "It just wasn't a good period of my life, and I'd rather not talk about it." Eventually, I felt like I'd done enough snooping around, and I bluntly told her that she was BSing, and I'd rather not work with a phony. I talked about this experience with my friend, M, at our school's veterans organization. I told M to be wary of anything that Jay says. M responded by telling me that Jay did serve. He's even seen her paperwork and ID and everything, and that, in fact, one of her MBA recommendation letters was written by a retired Rear Admiral who held Jay in high regard. Whoops. And OP points out that the Rear Admiral is O-8, if that means anything to you, because it doesn't mean anything to me. Oh! 08 is up there! Wow, that is up there! According to Google, O-8 is like the third highest ranking in the Navy, and there's only like 300 of them on planet Earth. So, yeah, that seems like a pretty big deal actually. Anyways, back to the story. The next time I met Jay, before our class started, I tried to act chummy towards her and make up for accusing her of being a liar. She laughed in my face and told me to pound sand, Poolie. And for those of you who don't know, yes, she was being derisive here. Am I the bad guy?
Yes.
What does that last one mean?
Poli means rookie. It means you the first person. You just boot camp. You just got there. That was her.
Okay.
Okay, so let me explain a couple of things before we even get started. So, because the Rear Admiral thing may still be over some people's heads, so I'm going to put it in a perspective that everybody, I'm assuming, really does know. Being a Rear Admiral, 08, is the equivalent of being a one-star general.
Yeah.
You up there. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me put it in another perspective, you arrogant SOB. You are a captain in the Marines. You are third from the bottom. There is second lieutenant, first lieutenant, captain. Don't blow your horn, buddy.
There's no sergeant?
That's
No,
funny.
that's non oh my God, I'm gonna be like an idiot.
I'm sorry.
There are officers and they're non-commissioned officers.
Oh,
Private, I mean, for me it'll be airman basic, airman first class, tech sergeant, staff sergeant, tech sergeant, blah 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 blah. If
sorry.
you're-
I'm
if
one
you-
generation off a
Yeah.
military family, so
That's all right.
yeah.
That's okay. So if you was an officer, which means you go to college and you decide to go into the military, you go to officer school. If you go to military school, you would go into the military as an officer.
Okay, so like West Point. Sort
Yeah,
of thing.
West Point and everything else.
Okay.
And you would be second lieutenant, first lieutenant, captain, i.e., it doesn't take a lot to to get to captain.
Okay.
It just doesn't. It basically is the equivalent of, hey, are you staying in the military and doing your job and keep it clean? You'll be a captain. It doesn't take much.
That way they let Hawkeye be a captain?
Who?
Mash.
Oh, that's
Oh,
MASH.
good
Oh,
lord!
gosh.
I'm about to say somebody's gonna come up and go, but Captain America. Shut up. We're not talking to you.
I was
Um,
actually talking about
but anyway,
other stuff.
do everything that
Okay.
you said was being misogynistic. You assume being in the military means that you have to have a certain type of bravado, certain type of hair on your chest, I guess is what you're trying to put at that. She didn't give off that oomph. She didn't talk to you in a deep baritone and yell words and slap her desk when she was talking to you all the time. That's not how this
It's
works.
not true.
I have met some. The highest ranking that I met was a chief sergeant. Which, if anybody wants to know how high a chief sergeant is, they talk to Washington on behalf of the Air Force. That's
Okay.
how it is. If this dude ever got mad, I'd be shocked out of my damn mind because he was the coolest dude I ever talked to. He never raised his voice, and he still got what he wanted because he was the one that literally taught me. God, I can't remember his name because I would give him all the credit in the world. He was the first person that taught me if I'm yelling at you, you are pretty much safe because I'm yelling to make sure that not only you hear me, but everybody else around me can hear me so I don't have to repeat myself.
Right.
But when I'm quiet, it's because I've already made up my mind what I'm going to do. So it's no need for me to raise my voice. And I went, like, woo. And he never raised his voice and everything else, which I don't know if that's saying he about to fuck everybody over or he was just a cool dude.
With
So,
Mama Lorraine, I know that this is, it does relate. The quieter that she would become, the deeper my brother and I knew we were in doo-doo.
yeah.
She is not a loud person to begin with. But if she got very, very quiet and close to us, we were in trouble.
It's like that.
Mm-hmm.
And even when you go through basic training and everybody, the TI, the technical instructor, the drill sergeant, however you want to put it, that's what they always said. We're yelling and screaming and everything else because Anna, your button is undone. Tracy, your button is undone. Theus, your button is undone. Molly, your button is undone. That's one way of doing things. Or what they do, Anna, what the living hell is your button doing undone at the top? What is wrong with you? You've been here long enough. Get it together. And as you do that, you can see all the platoon going. Because they say, I don't have time to go from person to person to person to person.
Okay.
To say that, I yell it so everybody else, and my TI was so cool because he said there go at the end because he has to be the bravado type of person. But at the end, he used to say, and don't think I didn't know that y'all was doing exactly what I was telling one person to do. I can see all of you straighten your hat. I can see all of you straighten your hat. But anyway, I'm getting on a tangent of anything else. Dude, you are a hoe. It is what it is. You're misogynistic. You already have in your mind what military is and how they supposed to act. This woman didn't want to act like that. Also, another thing why she may be quiet is because she don't want to be interrogated by somebody that she's supposed to be doing a joint project on. You asking 50,000 questions about her military, and her military years are over. But where was you stationed? What ship was you on? What did you learn? What was your training? Who was you under? But bro.
Why do you think it was up to you to question her?
Because he's a man. And she's a woman.
Mhm.
And he could have at least, when he saw her and realized, oops, I was wrong. You didn't think, gee, I'm sorry. Thank you, Mickey.
Thank you. You didn't apologize,
You
Mickey.
didn't even start with an apology like I was an idiot. I was a male chauvinistic pig. But you didn't even, no. Yeah, she was real nice to you. Because
Mickey is
I would
saying
have,
you didn't apologize. That's pretty serious accusation, and you thought kidding was the way to go. You need to start with a heartfelt apology. Stolen value,
Valor.
valor. Knew I was gonna mess it up eventually. Stolen valor is not a joke. It is not. Both doing it and both accusing of it.
you know what
Because
he
the
said?
funny thing about it, if you are stealing somebody's valor, you're literally stealing somebody's valor. Somebody who's going in there and did the stuff that you're claiming that you're doing is pretty a pissed off thing. At the same time, accusing somebody who did go in there and do the grunt work and then tell them you ain't do nothing. That's effed up. That's really effed up. I don't think he needs to keep pressing on over and over to and go to a manager and look into it that much. Basically, the pettiness came back to bite him pretty much. And Parker, that one part right there, and go over to the manager. So not only did you call her a liar and she's stealing valor, did you make sure that you were spreading the word
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah,
she
you
was
better be
stealing it?
careful where she lies.
Whatever she says, don't listen to man. You know what?
Oh, I
He was
missed
trying
that.
too hard to prove a point. It turned out he wasn't even correct in the first place.
You
Correct.
know, if you truly question it, have the balls to say something right to her face.
Mm-mm, he couldn't do that.
No.
Well, he already did. You said you're a liar.
Yeah, at the end, eventually.
At, no, I'm saying if you are questioning what somebody is saying, say that something's not feeling right here for me. Can you fill in some blanks? Can you,
But remember, he said that she was also saying, I don't want to talk about it. And he was saying she was being evasive.
And that's my thing. And I get what you're
And
saying,
it's
but
her right to be evasive. Maybe she has PSTD. I don't know.
Mhm,
Maybe.
exactly.
Did she?
my deal is you shouldn't have questioned it to begin with.
No, what she should
No,
have did when he came back with that butt crack apology, she should have questioned all his military experience. I don't believe you served in the Marines. Nope, I don't. Don't believe it.
no, you think you
And
have to
I'm
have a stupid attitude?
All right, last am I the a-hole?
Yeah, dude, you were. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. In case anybody is confused,
Mhm.
you are the a-hole, dude. You are. All in favor say aye.
ah
Ah,
Next video.